Living your best life. That's what we're talking about right here on CITAM Church Online. Are you living your best life? When we go online, on air, digital media, mainstream media, marketers, salespeople will pass across a message, and oftentimes it's a message about the good life. It's a message that if you buy this, you'll be living the good life. If you acquire this, you be living your best life. If you upgrade to this, you'll be on the fast lane to your best life. If you drive this, you'll be living your best life. If you visit a certain place, you'll be living the best life. Is the best life about a certain experience? Is it about if you're dating that chick, you'll be living your best life? If you transition to that role or you transition to that job, then you'll definitely be living your best life. Could it be that if you go to the next stage, which is right now your bachelor's, you go to master's, you'll be living your best life? Is it about financial freedom? What is this best life all about? I want to share that first and foremost, living your best life is living your life, not someone else's life, not a life that's lived in comparison, not a life that is trying to keep up with the Joneses. There is this human tendency, and it knows in our souls, it's a tendency to compare ourselves, to live in a land called ER, where is what they're driving better than what I'm driving? Are they making more than what I'm making? Are they living in a better neighborhood? Basically, we often compare ourselves, and we do it. It's so intuitive. It just comes up upon us. And it's one of those things that can rob us from living our best life. Because comparison is a trap into which, if you fall, it will not only rob you of joy, it will also rob you of the opportunity to be grateful, to experience what Paul talks about, contentment, godliness with contentment, which is great gain. And so, what does living your best life entail? There are many things that the scripture has to say about the good life. There are various verses that talk about the good life. One of those is in the book of Psalms. Psalm chapter 34 tells us, verse 12 says, "Whoever of you loves life and desires to see many good days, keep your tongue from evil and your lips from telling lies. Turn from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it." Whoever of you loves life and desires to see many good days. You desire to live the good life. You desire to live a life that is good by any standard or measure. But not just by any standard of measure, really. According to God, according to His word, according to His standards. Then we need to lean forward to what David is saying. He's saying this good life is going to be marked by saying yes to certain things and saying no to other things. Opening the door to certain things, closing the door to certain things. Clicking delete to certain things, and then downloading other things. He says it's a moral life. It's a life marked by shunning evil and embracing good. And when I talk about moral, there are some people who automatically, the guard goes up. Moral equals moralism equals Pharisee. Who's far to see equals Sadducee. Who's Sadducee? No, I'm not talking about being this Pharisee or Sadducee or teacher of the law kind of type person who's full of legalism. Being moral is not the same thing as moralism. Being moral, being good, doing good things is actually part of the gospel. It's meant to be a byproduct of God's grace in our lives. Ephesians 2:10 says, it is by grace we've been saved. That's verse 8. And then verse 10 talks about that we are God's workmanship and we've been created in Him to do good works. So our good works spring out of God's grace towards us. This God who's forgiven us of our sin, this God who has cleansed us of our sin. Now out of His grace towards us, what do? We live lives that are marked by what David is talking about. There are certain things we say no to. There are certain things we say yes to. We shun evil. He talks about turning away from evil, keeping your tongue from falsehood, not allowing lies to be on your lips. All that is saying, shut the door to evil. And then he says on this other side, open the door to that which is good. Do good, seek peace, pursue it. That's living your best life. That's a life that is a good life, according to God's standards, according to the standards of the Word. And so my prayer for you is that you will actually live that good life. That in all you're pursuing a number of those things that I've talked about, maybe it's more experiences, financial stability, getting to travel to that space, that place that you've always desired to go to, all those things that are put across as our best life or the good life. That in all you're pursuing, in all you're getting, as you get all those things, please don't miss out on what God says, on what His Word says, the best life, the good life is all about. And I pray that truly, as we do these things, we would see many good days. And may today be one of those good days for you.